Hi, my name is Jennifer Colson-Perez. I'm the Executive Director for Our Guardian, and I thought I would address a couple of questions that I get asked most frequently when people call me with issues that they've run into. And the most frequently asked question that I get is, what happens to my RN license if I've been recently arrested for a DUI? And it's because it's the one thing that the BRN looks at every single time you get arrested for a DUI. There's around 4,000 nurses in the state of California that this happens to every single year. So if it's happened to you, don't feel like you're on your own. So if you've been recently arrested for a DUI, there's a couple different things that you want to take care of. The first is to find a Dui attorney who also knows what they're doing when it comes to Board of Registered Nursing issues. While 99% of the population can choose any guy off any billboard driving down the freeway, you're a nurse, you can't do that. You have to choose someone who understands how the way the DUI at the criminal level is handled, how it's going to impact your RN license at the end of the day, because we understand really at the end of the day, that's what matters to you. So after you've wrapped up the criminal portion of the DUI, there's a couple things that are going to happen. In fact, these might happen simultaneously while the criminal process is going on. So if you receive a letter about 2 weeks, 3 weeks after the arrest that offers you the opportunity to participate in the BRN's diversion program, don't be surprised. It's a form letter. It's sent out to every single person whose live scan fingerprints have come across the desk at the Department of Justice, and they'll send out this letter. It's not any indication of how severe the arrest was, or whether your blood alcohol was really high, or whether they believe you have a problem. It's just a simple form letter. But once you receive it, understand that the process with the Board of Registered Nursing has started, and at this point, your license is in jeopardy. So once you've received the letter offering you the diversion program, I highly recommend that you do a little bit of research before you call the BRN back. You can always call me. I would be happy to explain the diversion process. You can do some research on your own. But essentially what the diversion program is it's the BRN's mandated and recommended recovery program for nurses who have a chemical dependency issue that precludes them from practicing nursing safely. So if you don't feel like your issue falls under that category, if you don't need to take time off from being a nurse, the diversion program may not be right for you, and we can look at some other options to save your license. The most important thing that you need to know if you've been arrested for a DUI is that this doesn't necessarily mean you're going to lose your registered nursing license. I know that that's what you're thinking. I know that that was the first fear that you had, but please know that we've handled thousands of these cases, and we've never ever had a nurse lose their license or have their license suspended for a first-time DUI, ever. So if you run into this problem and you're looking for a way to keep your registered nursing license, call us. We can absolutely help you. We've helped thousands of people before. Another question that I get asked frequently is, how long does this process take? And it takes a while. We're dealing with a very large government bureaucratic agency that has a lot on their plate, and they move relatively slowly. So kind of a time frame that you can plan on is if you're under investigation, or you believe you're going to be under investigation. Like, for example, if there's been an issue at work, you've been questioned about missing medication or a Pyxis discrepancy or a wasting air, you've been pulled into HR, sat down and had the talk, expect that a BRN investigator is going to call you within about 3 or 4 months. If you've had a DUI, or if you've been arrested, or if there's a criminal process, expect the process to take a little bit longer. You're probably going to be dealing with an accusation, a formal accusation, and that process can take up to a year from the date of conviction. So if you've just been arrested and your arraignment and your DMV hearing set 2 or 3 months out, and you happen to be convicted on that day, expect the accusation from the BRN to be a year after that. This process takes a long time, and there's absolutely no benefit in any way whatsoever to ever speed it up. For more information, or to find out how we can help, or for an explanation about the process, give us a call today.